We've got 3 training schools, each of which could be the launch pad for a long and varied career. In your early days with us, the training school will almost be like a home from home because there's so much that we've got to train you in the overhead network, the underground network, substation work. But as your career progresses, that's not the end of it. You'll keep on coming back because there's so many niche specialist courses that we run here to help your career develop and help you become a real asset to SSEN's workforce.
Well, I applied for both a Sparky and this job at the same time, and I got offered both positions, and I chose SSE. I can't describe how highly I would recommend this job. Like, it is just all the benefits it comes with, the way it's done, like the structure, like the being away for 6 months in the first year, like it's good. You're getting like away from home, like say some boys straight out of school, they've never been away from home for a week. Really good, just like it's helped me sort of grow up a wee bit as well.
When I set off from home today on my drive down to Perth to the training school, there was no way in my wildest dreams I thought I'd be climbing a pole. But this being my first day, as you can see, I'm really not that high up the pole. And this is, to be honest, this is how high people will be going in their first week, maybe a metre or 2 off the ground at the most. The safety aspect of learning how to climb a pole has been really stressed to me. Everything I'm doing here has been monitored, measured and made sure I'm safe. The harness has been fitted properly. I've got my fall arrest, I've got my spikes. Everything I'm doing here, even only a few inches off the ground, is to make sure I'm safe.
So when it comes to working in the overhead line environment, safety is the first thing. And part of that safety is being confident in the gear that we're using, so the gear you've got on today. Step 1, be comfortable with the gear, trust the gear, and we work through stages. So when you first join us as a trainee overhead lines person, you start at the bottom of a pole and you climb a certain distance and you work your way up until you're at the very top. So part of being safe is also being confident, not just in your gear, but in your own abilities as well.
Someone once described the climbing as just the commute to start your work. Once you get to the top of the pole, that's when the real work starts. But how long does it take to actually learn how to climb a pole?
So if we're talking about just to get to the top, when you first join us, within 4 weeks, you'll be at the top of that pole. Where the learning really starts is when you leave Perth Training Centre and start your on-site skills. And that's where you're working with fully qualified and competent lines people. And that's where your skills are really then put to the test, when you're not in a controlled, completely safe environment where there's risk management. But out there, it can be a little bit trickier. But we do notice a difference when they come back from their first few placements. There's like trousers are tucked into socks all of a sudden when they've been with the lines teams for a while.
Yeah. I've come to the Thatcham training school today, and before I go down the road into the main building, I'm going to take a step behind me and learn more about what's happening with our digger trainers.
I just thought the idea of working with electricity sounded quite cool, making a difference, impacting people positively. Looking around and having talked to different guys in gas, water, telecoms, I think this was the right one for me. Being on SSE, it's all about development, personally and for the company. I think this is another feather in my cap. Same for the other lad on the course with me. You know, it's going to be something I use pretty much every day. Oh, believe me, it's not as easy as it looks. It's quite tricky to get down. I think it's all ultimately making it second nature to yourself.
So I'm now down in the main area of the Thatcham Training School. There's lots of different courses on the go on any one given day. And behind me here, teams are learning how to work on the underground cable network.
And what they're learning is how to repair cables that are kind of faulted or new connections. They learn how to do repairs on our faults. If we get faults on our electricity network, leaves our customers off supply, they learn how to fix and repair the cables after a fault. So it's quite a varied process. We spend 8 weeks with the candidates. We teach them about theory of electricity as well as jointing. We teach them about what we find in our substations, our underground network that runs back to the substations where the fusing system is in place. So you don't really need no previous experience, you just need a good open mind, willing to come down and work hard, and yeah, you can make a decent career here.
So when I first joined as an apprentice, I did think I was going to be with a lot of young people. But the age variation is massive. There's obviously teenagers, then there's adults, people that have had careers prior, and for whatever reason, they've come and joined here, and it's different age ranges and everybody gets along. I served with the British Army before I came here. I left and then I was looking to progress in the career. I think my experience in the Army has taught me discipline, and the values and standards that SE uphold, I align with them. Also, I think like-minded people, because there's a lot of ex-Army that are here. SSE uphold safety massively, and I love that. I come to work feeling safe, And I like to think that I can actually go home and everybody else follows the rules.
We've got tens of thousands of kilometres of underground cable across our network, and so the skills that our teams are learning here today in Thatcham are vital for the future, so that we can keep on operating a safe and secure network and delivering power 24/7 to our communities.
A lot of people would look at it and just say it's literally bolting cables together. But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to work out the logistics, really. So if you're in a fault condition, working the mathematics out to see if you can backfeed substations and whether cables can take the additional load. There's a lot of different elements. Once you've got that level of understanding, the doors are open, you can become an HV switcher, you can go off and become a team manager. There are many opportunities. It's kind of a stepping stone, really, to bigger and better things. A lot of youngsters come through, a lot of older people come through, a lot of different backgrounds. So some people come through from less fortunate backgrounds. So it's nice to be able to give them the understanding and the foundations to create a decent life for themselves.
There must be many occasions when someone's joined as an apprentice, they'll come back a few years later for further training and more refreshers, and in the end, who knows where they end up.
No, exactly right. I mean, I've been in training now for about 10 years. I've seen the same people coming back for their reassessments. I've seen apprentices coming through their schemes. And for me, and I think a lot of my team, is seeing those light bulb moments of people getting that level of understanding and picking things up and things clicking into place. But yeah, with the skills that we train here, you may start as a joint or a lights person, but there's nothing that would stop you to go on to a very senior manager within the distribution business or beyond into the wider SSE family.
When we first had the idea of going behind the scenes at our training schools for this video, I had no idea I'd get the chance to learn how to climb a pole, even if it was only for a few inches. I've been speaking to people as they're just embarking on their career with SSEN. Everyone's got their own story. If you've enjoyed watching this video as much as we've had making it, why not pop over to our website and learn more about the careers we've got to offer you?